Have you ever met someone who seems quiet but somehow knows exactly what you're going through, even when you haven't said a word? Someone who can read between the lines, pick up on your hidden emotions, and offer you just the right words at the right time? That person might just be an INFJ, the rarest personality type in the world, making up less than 2% of the population. INFJs are often misunderstood, underestimated, and sometimes even seen as mysterious or paradoxical. But underneath that quiet exterior lies a storm of insight, passion, and deep, almost otherworldly understanding. In today's video, we're diving deep into the mind of the INFJ, what makes them tick, why they feel so different, and how their unique brain wiring affects everything from friendships to romantic relationships to their sense of purpose in life. Whether you're an INFJ trying to better understand yourself, or someone close to one, get ready. What you're about to learn may just explain everything. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. This combination is part of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, a system of personality typing based on Carl Jung's theories. INFJs are known as the advocates or the counselors, but those titles barely scratch the surface. INFJs are deep thinkers with rich inner lives. They spend a lot of time analyzing the world around them, their own emotions, and the emotional undercurrents of others. But don't confuse their introversion with shyness. INFJs may be quiet, but they're not timid. They speak with conviction, especially when it comes to defending their values or advocating for someone who's been hurt or overlooked. This mix of empathy and intensity makes them powerful voices for change, even if they work behind the scenes. What truly sets INFJs apart is their dominant function, introverted intuition, ni. Unlike most people, INFJs don't just live in the present. Their minds are constantly leaping forward, analyzing patterns, interpreting meaning, and seeing connections others miss. They have a near psychic ability to just know when something is off, or when someone is hiding something beneath the surface. It's not magic, it's deep pattern recognition honed over years of observation. Ni causes them to think in abstract, long-term visions. They aren't satisfied with surface-level goals. INFJs want to understand the why behind everything. They think in symbols, metaphors, and big-picture frameworks. That's why they're often drawn to psychology, philosophy, spirituality, and art, anything that gives meaning to life. But this visionary mindset can also make them feel disconnected. They're often light years ahead of others in their thinking, which can leave them feeling isolated. It's not that they're arrogant, they just process reality differently. And unfortunately, most people don't speak their language. The INFJ's secondary function is extroverted feeling, phi, which gives them a highly tuned ability to sense and respond to other people's emotions. INFJs can walk into a room and immediately feel the emotional temperature. Who's sad, who's faking happiness, who's holding back tears. It's as if they have emotional sonar. This can make them amazing friends, partners, counselors, and mentors. INFJs feel your pain, but it also comes with a cost. Many INFJs are emotional sponges, absorbing negativity from others without even realizing it. They often struggle to set emotional boundaries because they don't want to hurt anyone. And because they're naturally private, they might never share the toll it's taking on them inside. If you've ever had a friend who disappeared for a week after helping you through a crisis, they might have been an INFJ. They need time alone to recharge after deep emotional interactions, sometimes even with people they love dearly. INFJs aren't just dreamers, they're doers with a mission. This personality type is driven by a deep desire to make the world a better place. But unlike some types who are content to talk about change, INFJs quietly work toward it. They're the writers, artists, therapists, spiritual leaders, and activists who pour their heart into helping others, often without recognition. They're motivated by meaning, not money. Many INFJs turn down high-paying careers if the work doesn't align with their values. They're looking for purpose, not status. This often leads them to careers in counseling, education, healthcare, or nonprofit work. But even in creative industries, INFJs infuse their work with deep emotional and philosophical significance. At their core, INFJs want to heal. Whether it's healing people, communities, or even the planet, they feel a strong calling to fix what's broken. One of the INFJ's greatest challenges is the tendency to expect too much, from themselves and from the world. Because they see what could be, they're often frustrated by what is. This perfectionism shows up in their work, their relationships, and even their personal growth. They might spend hours rewriting a single sentence in an email, or feel deeply hurt when someone doesn't live up to their high moral expectations. They often take the weight of the world on their shoulders and feel personally responsible for other people's happiness. But when this perfectionism combines with their people-pleasing tendencies, it can lead to serious burnout. INFJs may push themselves to the breaking point trying to meet everyone's needs, solve every problem, and fulfill every ideal, only to collapse in exhaustion, wondering why no one seems to notice how hard they're trying. Self-care isn't optional for INFJs, it's a lifeline. In love, INFJs are loyal, nurturing, and deeply romantic. They crave soul-level connections. Small talk and surface-level dating games feel hollow to them. They're looking for someone who understands their depths and is willing to dive in. They tend to idealize their partners, often seeing potential more than reality. This can lead to heartbreak if they ignore red flags in favor of who they hope someone will become. But once they find someone emotionally safe, INFJs are devoted and intuitive lovers. They'll remember the little details, write you letters, and know how you feel even before you say a word. Still, INFJs need a lot of emotional space. They value quality time, but they also require solitude to process their feelings. A partner who respects this balance, who's patient, deep, and emotionally intelligent, will earn their everlasting love. Many INFJs grow up feeling like they don't belong. They see the world through a different lens, and that lens isn't always validated. While other kids were playing sports or following trends, INFJs were probably reading poetry, helping a friend through a crisis, or staring out the window wondering what their purpose was. They often feel too much, and not enough at the same time, too emotional, too intense, too idealistic, and yet never quite able to fit in. Because they understand others so well, but are rarely understood in return, INFJs often hide parts of themselves. They become chameleons, adapting to their surroundings while secretly yearning for someone who sees the real them. This leads many INFJs to build rich inner worlds, filled with books, art, nature, music, and imagination. It's a refuge where they can be fully themselves, away from the noise of the world. Look for the friend who always seems to just know when you need help. The coworker who remembers your favorite tea. The artist who creates work that feels like it speaks directly to your soul. That's the INFJ magic. They're the ones who ask deep questions at 2 a.m., who get overwhelmed by the news, who cry at beauty as much as they cry at sadness. They may keep a journal full of thoughts they never share, and they probably have a playlist for every emotion they've ever felt. Personal growth for INFJs often means embracing imperfection, both in themselves and in others. They need to learn that it's okay to make mistakes, to rest, to say no, that they don't have to carry every burden alone. INFJs benefit from surrounding themselves with people who see and support their true selves, who don't just take from their empathy, but pour back into them. Therapy, journaling, mindfulness, and creative outlets can all help them stay balanced. And most importantly, INFJs thrive when they allow themselves to be seen. When they drop the masks, speak their truth, and share their gifts without fear, something incredible happens. They don't just find healing, they become healers. INFJs are rare, but their impact is enormous. They are the quiet visionaries, the deep feelers, the thoughtful leaders who inspire change not through loudness, but through presence. They understand pain and beauty in equal measure. And they remind the world that empathy, wisdom, and authenticity are not weaknesses. They are superpowers. If you're an INFJ, don't ever doubt the value you bring. Your insights, your heart, your vision, they're needed now more than ever. And if you love an INFJ, treasure them. Because once they open up to you, you've been given a gift unlike any other. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into personality types and emotional intelligence. And let us know in the comments, are you an INFJ or do you know one? Let's talk below.